Hi there. It's been a while since I posted my last video, almost a month. And I'm glad to be back here again. We returned to Bulgaria almost 2 months ago from the hub, a wonderful place in Egypt, when we spent 2 winter months. If you didn't watch my Egyptian series videos, check out the link in the description. In this video, I'm gonna show you fragments of our slow rural life and share with you my tips on conquering negative thoughts. All the time since we've come back, we've been pretty busy. Peter has been trying to conquer plants wildly growing in our garden, and I was writing my master's thesis, the final work before getting my MA in practical psychology. Naomi started visiting kindergarten in Gabrovo, half an hour drive from here, and it's a big help for me. Pete takes her there and works in a cafe while she's there for half a day, and I'm home alone. I realized how I missed time by myself. Most of the time I like people around me, but it's essential and fulfilling to spend time by myself on my own. I slowly get up, drink my pu'er, exercise, have breakfast, and then start working on my final paper about the development of creativity at different stages of life. Also, I'm gonna finish my CBT course soon. I study cognitive behavioral therapy and already started to consult people. Cognitive behavioral therapy is the most science-based therapy method these days, and it's very structured and precise. I'm also in a CBT therapy myself now because I want to know how this method works from inside. I'm at the stage of starting a new career as a consulting psychologist, and I need to clear out some issues and fears about being successful on this path. Today I'm gonna share with you how I conquer negative thoughts that appear in my head quite regularly. If you don't know me, I'm Ukrainian who was forced to leave homeland due to war, and as long as my husband lost his job in Kiev, the only reasonable choice for us was to go here, a remote village in rural Bulgaria, where Peter bought and renovated a house a while ago. For now we are based here, and it's a challenge for me, a city person who likes megapolises, or at least being close to them. As long as we don't know how much longer the situation of uncertainty lasts and how much longer we have to stay here, I have attacks of negative thoughts bombing my head sometimes in the middle of the night. I used to practice meditation on a regular basis a while ago, observing my breath and letting my thoughts go, and it proved to be an effective technique to calm down my restless mind. But these days I'm out of practice. I know all I have to do is to find at least 10 or 15 minutes a day to practice, and probably I will do so soon. Starting is the hardest bit. Once you're in, it's easy to maintain, but starting is always the most difficult part. Anyway, important thing about CBT therapy is that there are always home tasks, which means that therapy continues after the session throughout the whole week. One of such tasks is to monitor and test your negative thoughts and beliefs. One of the main ideas of CBT is that our behavior and emotional reactions depend on cognitions, or our thoughts, beliefs, and interpretations of situations. We give a certain meaning to these events. Negative automatic thoughts are one of the levels of cognition. It's easy to detect them if you bring back in mind a specific situation when you were in a bad mood or anxious, for example. If you feel anxious, you may feel that something might happen to you, or when you're irritated, you may believe that the world isn't fair, or that others are behaving badly. These negatively colored assessments or interpretations have a direct effect on mood, and therefore, working with them is a very important element of CBT therapy. One of the ways to deal with them, with these negative thoughts, is to write them down when they appear under certain circumstances. First of all, it's important to start noticing when you do it and what exactly you think. Then you should evaluate the level of your belief in this thought, in that particular situation, on the scale from 0 to 100. But usually, before you start thinking something, you feel something, you have an emotion. And it's important to notice what emotion did you have before you start thinking that negative thought. Also, write it down. It can be sadness, anxiety, anger. Estimating the strength of the emotion is also useful here.
Is that more difficult?
Then write down the benefits of these negative thoughts. Yes, benefits, definitely, because there are always some benefits. After this, write down the evidence against these thoughts. Why it's not useful, or why it's not true. Why these thoughts are false or not good to think about, not good to have in your mind. And after writing all of this, replace the negative thought with some new, realistic and positive thought. After writing down all of this, evaluate how strong is your belief in your first negative thought. Did it go down? Did it remain the same? And if yes, why? All this self-reflection is very useful, and if you do it in writing, you may see that some things that are tearing you apart from inside are not so bad, and that you can find some resource and some other kind of and way of thinking in yourself. I'll leave a link to download the paper when you can fill in the form about testing your negative thoughts. Check out the description below. This one exercise is not enough to conquer negative thinking, but it's a good start. I did this exercise myself recently, and I came to a conclusion that it doesn't eliminate my negative thoughts totally. And what I can do is to put these new positive thoughts somewhere where I can see them, in my phone, for example. And once I have a negative attack again, I just open this note and read this new thought again, and it helps me to switch. It's a lot of work, it's not easy, but if you do it, in the end, you'll find that you change something. Pete has his own way of conquering negative thoughts, which he probably doesn't have at all. Very rarely. He's a very optimistic person. I'm so lucky with it. He's just working in the garden. Physical work is something that keeps you here and now in your body, and you just do it. You're totally in the moment, totally zen.
Under the government measures, offenders could be made to wear high-vis jackets or carrying out punishment. The Prime Minister is expected to outline the plan tomorrow. 2 former Conservative cabinet members have been caught in a sting operation.
As for my physical activity, I do my morning exercise. That's enough for me. Although I'd prefer walking more, but with Naomi it's not so easy these days. She just wants to go to a playground shortly, have a swing and go back home. I'll probably start running again, as we did it last spring. Got a new bookcase recently, and Peter's putting all his books on the shelves. There's no place for a few of my books, unfortunately. I have to keep them downstairs, but it doesn't matter. I like just the view of the bookshelves with books on it, even though not too much time to read them these days. But I realized how much I missed paper books after reading from my phone or from a Kindle for years. When I got a book on CBT delivered from Ukraine in paper and started reading it, oh my god, it's so much more pleasure.
Oh, bumper. Get off.
No!
Yeah.
I want to play on your tummy.
Oh, no, don't hop on. That's it.
Finally, I remembered to collect some nettles and make a green borscht or green soup. It's very easy to make and nutritious and delicious. I didn't film the recipe and how to cook it. You just have to take potato, onion, carrot, bung in the nettles just 5 minutes before you turn off the cooker. And it necessarily should be eaten with sour cream and a boiled egg.
So I'm going to plant lots of herbs. Put the plant in there. Okay.
Peter planted loads of herbs this year and we'll see what's gonna grow. Last year we tried with a bit of rucola and salad and something else, and the crop wasn't that great. But this year Peter is really into gardening and fertilizes soil, digs it, and does all the possible magic. Even though I miss noise of the city, I enjoy silence here. And sometimes just the sound of the chalk brings me so much pleasure. These simple moments when you're totally in what you're doing. I even got some pencils for myself and started drawing a bit. I didn't do this for years. One of the really powerful instruments of conquering negative thoughts is returning into your body. This mindfulness, when you do something with your hands, like drawing, it keeps your attention in your body, in your fingers, in what you're doing. And if you find the beauty and pleasure in it, That's the moment, that's the truth. Quite often I forget that life is what's happening here and now. I'm not living tomorrow or in my dreams, I'm living only now. Right before Easter we went to a neighboring village to paint some Easter eggs, which would be interesting for Naomi. She didn't do it herself really, but she enjoyed watching it and sitting together with other kids. This is a Bulgarian tradition. The first egg is painted red and all the kids get a mark, like a little red cross on their forehead. Naomi wasn't the exception. The event was happening in the old library. I'd never thought there was a library there. Well, it's closed. Not so many people in this village, especially not so many kids, but there are some. It's gonna be an ornament, yeah?
Where the wax is, the dye doesn't affect. Not with your bare hands, you'll get blue hands.
I was mostly shooting video, but found some time and chance to paint a couple of eggs and enjoyed the process. I did it for the first time in my life and never saw how people do it usually. It's quite interesting. You take a piece of cotton, put some paints on it, one color or different colors if you want it to be of different colors, and then wrap the egg into this cotton. That's it.
What, do you like it? Do you like painting eggs? Yeah?
On the next day it was Easter Sunday and all the people from our village gathered on the main square. I never saw so many people in this village before, seriously, never. And it's the first event big like this happening in this village. We had a festive dinner and chatted around and it was fun. The weather was nice. Naomi got some presents.
They look pretty, yeah, we took the hand off. Yeah. Can you never feed them? Sorry, well, they're hungry.
Yeah, I said he's coming.
Oh, is it? Oh, I don't know.
She participated even in an egg hunt and found some chocolate eggs. Oh my god, so much pleasure. I hope you enjoyed this video and found the technique of conquering negative thoughts useful. Let me know in the comments what you think about it. I'll be happy to tell you more about effective CBT techniques which I try on myself. See you soon. Thank you.